So, hello, Little Flower, from Houston, targeted individual of these commie coverts, deep state, whatnot. Anyways, to catch you guys up, so I made it back to Houston, and I'm getting some nice reprieve visiting with my daughter and her sweetheart, who were very kind to finance my way back. And so, but I miscalculated the departure dates back over in Washington, but apparently I've already been telling my overseers, that's a noise campaign, just a coincidence. It's just always a coincidence. Hello, coincidence, what up? Oh God, I sure hope that's not a covert commie, because if it is, he's already indoctrinating his kid into Willy Wonka, psychopath in his League of Doom, that should concern everybody. But anyways, so as it turns out, since my overseers, they were really complicit with my reports of the gang stalking, the terrorism that was going on, right underneath their noses, right? I'm like, okay, all I can do is report it. And I told them I was going to document it when I had enough strength to do it. Because how does one supposed to handle being a targeted individual with an impeccable sense of decorum at all times, at the given drop of the hat, right? So it's okay, you gotta make your own boundaries. And so that was mine. And if it did not fall within context of the Everett Gospel Mission, it's okay. That it's on them. But as being an anchor in society, especially with church, Everett Gospel Mission, everybody finds their own paths. And if you don't like the guidelines, they are what they are, even if they don't serve the indigent's best interest. What can you do, right? So miscalculated my departure dates because I've been acutely stressed, been trying to figure out my my life, career path, business path, opportunity path, whatnot, soul searching. Anyways, so I came in to the shelter about I think it was sometime around 11 p.m. But our curfew is at 8 p.m. I called them while I ran out of gas at a gas station. Guess what? Being a targeted individual, and I've already verbally disclosed that to them. Wouldn't you think that a homeless shelter would be really concerned about their house residents? Nobody called me back. I wasn't expecting to ask anybody for gas money, but I sure, was not intending or expecting them to flagrantly disregard my message. So as a targeted individual of this covert communism, which really is a death cult because it supports communist Russian ways, as evidenced by guilty until proven innocent. So, guys, if any of you guys are running around with the Gestapo and roasting your targets for any reason, y'all are out of line, honey. Y'all just need to quit the sauce, because you guys are helping yourselves to the unaccounted trillions of dollars within the United States on the dime and blood and brow of your targets, Where do you think that money comes from? Huh? Anyhow, you might want to go look at Fort Knox to see all that gold still there. I'm sure it is, right? So it could have a good audit. How about America? America, if you're out there, let's get these beautiful folks to audit that gold. Now is a good time. It's, better late than never. And let's be accountable for that. Because meanwhile, I suspect there's even more fundage being funneled into this covert communism death cult you guys got going on out here. Yeah, gang stalking, that's terrorism. That's a crime against humanity. And it's against the Geneva Convention statute too. Look it up. And honestly, guys, y'all should know better. At any rate, back to the mission. So I get a call from one of my housemates. Found out that, guess what? While the overseers never got back to me when I was at the gas station. Just to be like, okay, we got your message. Thank you. See you when you're able to get back. Good luck. Oh, no. They just flagrantly disregarded that. And if they didn't get the message, oh boy, I'd be looking at your cohorts, wondering which covert communist may or may not have deleted it. Because you guys realize, go to targetedjustice.com, make yourself available to the education on there, and take a real good look at the NSA. Because they're your gremlins. The glitches. Oh boy, you talk about some sickness right there. There's a lot of pathology going on to enact the psychotic fool with their targeting period. So at any rate, the gospel mission, the next day, whenever I made it over here to Houston, I called them again, left a message. Nobody called me back. I'm like, okay, it's fine. But apparently, I don't know if anybody's actually outright stolen my stuff. Nobody's reported it to me, as far as, the overseers go. And I don't know if they just purged it or isolating it or anything, because they never respected me to return any of my calls and let me know what's going on with my belongings. I'm an indigent. I was a paramedic working critical care transports, serving the community during COVID and all. And guess what? The overseers, it's none of their business with what's going on with their residents, and I can understand that. But when you have a resident within the confines of the shelter, you have a moral obligation to, make sure that this communist regime hasn't infected into the vein that services the community on their last ditch hope. Because by the time you get to a homeless shelter, you're pretty broken, run down, So that calls forth altruistic humanity, and that would indicate, making sure that this monkey business is isolated out of the shelter, isolated away from the mission, period, not to turn a blind, complicit eye to it. So, but here, hey, what's up, America? So now I'm in Houston, and as an indigent, what are they doing with the last strands of my belongings? What? Are they combing through it all? Looking for what? I mean, come on, guys. You guys are running around with psychopaths. Can you really trust what reports you get with what was there, what wasn't there? Because I tell you what, I have a pre-existing history of having experienced the Willy Wonka and his League of Doom plant paraphernalia in my Jeep, which appears to be a crack pipe. Who do you report that to, huh? It was divine timing in how my buddy Squirrel located it for me. But I already have that documented. You can go back and find that video. And so now what I have is more shenanigans, as in what happened to Little Flower Stuff? Why, how come this Everett gospel mission that's serving the community flagrantly disregarded her calls? And then now what? They're using abusive tactics, as evidenced by stonewalling. Stonewalling is a psychological mechanism of abuse. It's called stonewalling. So now, the mission? While they may have been apathetic to my needs as, hey guys, you guys got some gang stalking going on over here? You know, what are you going to do? Demand that they take care of it? No, that's for them to iron out, not their target. That's disrespectful on so many levels, especially when I'm sure there are eyes and ears in there who've already, had experience with Willy Wonka and his League of Doom coming in and out of there. But now what? They're going to abuse me some more? By being apathetic to my verbal reports of harassment? And they're going to trump it up with some more abuse by stonewalling. And then my stuff is poof, gone out of my room. You guys got some monkey business going on in there. And if I'm wrong, I'm sure this could be all ironed out with a nice phone call. Wouldn't you say? Any rate, it's all obfuscation, guys. Just because I report I did call, it doesn't mean that the covert communism isn't just messing around with everybody's heads in there too. Make me their sacrificial lamb, right? Because, the end game of Willy Wonka and his League of Doom is seppuku or survive. And if your Everett Gospel mission is, stonewalling and complicity, those two objective pieces of data don't look good. At any rate, this is Little Flower from Houston, Texas, and I'll call the Everett Gospel Mission again and leave another message. Would you like to join me? All right, calling it right now. Because right now it's 6:13 in Houston. It should be 4:13 p.m. at back home in the ranch. Let's try this again. 425-740-2501.
Women and Children's Shelter. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. For housing, press 1. For donations, press 2. For the men's shelter, press 3. For all other inquiries, press 4.
Alright, let's get this. Oh, man. Oh, no. Alright, let's... 4. That's 4. What are the chances are that they'll actually call me back? Because they're good women. I'm sure it was just a coincidence, right?
The person at extension 2501 is not available. Record your message at the tone. Press any key or stop talking to end the recording.
Hello there. It's Little Flower. I'm calling again, leaving another message.
Press 1 to save the recording. Press 2 to re-record. Press 3.
Oh boy.
Record your message at the tone. Press any key or stop talking to end the recording.
This is Little Flower. I'm calling to leave another message. My other messages I'd left have not been acknowledged.
1 to save the recording. Press
Oh,
2 to re-record.
look
Press
at that.
3.
Now all of a sudden the recordings are going through this glitchy loop. Let's try it again.
Record your message at the tone. Press any key or stop talking
Patricia Regali, call me back, please. I've already left detailed messages. I can do another one. And whether or not the message is detailed, it would be polite and respectful to return a call, you know? But at any rate, Little Flower from Houston, Texas, following up with my experiences at the Everett Gospel Mission to protect myself, to preserve the chronological order of events as I'm experiencing, instead of letting, our bare false accusers and their Judases and Thomases, contrive their scripted narratives. So at any rate, I'll be back.